Hello everyone, so welcome back to day 10 of our antiviral vlogs, and today we're going to talk tyres and tubes. So it's going to be a little bit different today because my knowledge of tyres is a bit limited. I know a little bit about tyres, but not a great deal. I'm sure some of you out there know a lot more about them than I do. But my knowledge is limited in that I've used only one or two different types and only one brand for the last, goodness knows how many years. Even when I was on two wheels, I was using the same brand. But anyhow, more about that in a minute. So just a couple of points then, just a couple of little extra bits before we get to talking about the tyres. Yesterday my camera packed up, the G7X packed up, and I couldn't get it to work. As always with these things, I got home and surprise surprise, there it is, it's working fine. I don't know. These little things are sent to try us, I suppose, but there we go, I can't complain. I tried it out yesterday evening and it's all working, so there we go. It is what it is. So hopefully it won't pack up again. It's rather concerning not knowing why it stopped, but there we go, so long as it's working for now. And the second point was, I hadn't quite finished yesterday because the other item of gear on my head that I did want to talk about was my glasses. Some of my long-term subscribers, or those of you at least that have watched my Netherlands tour, will know the problems I have with keeping hold of glasses. I end up breaking them, or you end up swallowing a fly. Yeah. So yeah, I have a problem with glasses. I lose them, I break them, I get those lenses scratched. I'm just not that good at looking after them. I've had really bad luck with them. So when I came back from the Netherlands, I thought, yeah, okay, let's get another pair of glasses. So I went out and I got the pair that I'm wearing now. Why am I remarking on that? Well, probably the longest I've ever managed to keep a pair of glasses. Even my reading glasses, I'm always scratching them. So yeah, I've got these glasses and I've managed to keep them now for probably getting on for 18 months. And why is that remarkable? Well, we have a shop in the UK called the 99p store. Yep, 99 pence. 18 months ago. And what did I do 2 days ago? Cracked them through there. The lens cracked, the frame cracked, and because the 99p store is shut, so I can't go and get another pair, which means unfortunately I'm stuck. Or should I say my glasses are stuck with glue until I can get to the 99p store and get another pair. If I'd have gone out and bought £100 pair of Oakleys, or whoo, where have they gone? A pair of glasses last me 18 months. Typical, isn't it? But when the 99p store opens and I manage to get in there, I'm going to buy about half a dozen pair of these, because there's no way I'm going to make the next pair last 18 months. And I haven't given anything away in comfort at all. They're as light as a feather. They're dark enough for me to wear on the sunniest of days, and they're really comfortable. There we go. Just thought I'd tell you that one anyway. So the camera's fixed and the glasses are broken. They're just super glued through this lens. I've got a line going through the lens. It went straight down. Anyway, this is the second loop of this park, so I better leave here and we'll start talking about tyres, eh? Goodness me, it's going to be a warm day today. There's so many people out and about already.
Oh, look at that!
Wow, sebelah dua ini.
I'm going to have to get away from here again. Perhaps there'll be less people in the Olympic Park. It's patrolled by security in there, and they're making sure that people don't sit down and have picnics and what have you. Let's go and have a look. So Rob Lamb, thank you for your comment yesterday, Rob. And Rob wanted to know what tyres I was rolling on, so it sort of inspired me for today's talk. And the very short answer to that is, I'm currently using Marathon Tour Plus by Schwalbe. About 12 months ago I changed from Marathon Tour to the Marathon Tour Plus just for the extra grip, because of the off-road uses that I put the Trike to. Just has that little bit more tread, but I don't lose very much on rolling resistance either with those ones. I've always used Schwalbe. I'm sure there are some different pronunciations of the word Schwalbe, but that's the one I've always used, and I'll continue to use that one today. So even back in the day when I was on two wheels, I was still using the Marathon tyres from Schwalbe. I've just found them to be hard wearing. Obviously they sell themselves on being almost puncture proof, and the price range is okay for the durability of the tyre as well, so yeah, not too bad. So Rob also asked me, was I riding on Big Apples? I've not tried the Big Apples. To be honest, I'm on full suspension anyhow, and the biggest selling point I think of the Big Apples is that you can have a lower pressure in the tyre, and it gives you simulation of some extra suspension. Don't really need it. So other than the lower tyre pressure, I don't really know that much about the Big Apples, to be honest. I don't know much about their grip level, or whether they're punctureless. Are they punctureless like the other Schwalbe? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I've done, as you would imagine, a few thousand miles on these Marathon Tours and Marathon Tour Plus, and in the last 10 years I've had 3 punctures on those. One of those was through the sidewall, which was really annoying, because when I was riding an up wrong, I got a thorn somehow, went straight through the sidewall. To those that don't know, the Schwalbe tyre has a band of protection where the tyre makes connection with the road, so it's on the leading edge of the tyre. It doesn't have any protection on the side. So when I say it's annoying getting the puncture through the sidewall, yeah, it is, because everywhere else is protected except that sidewall. And I don't think 3 punctures in 10 years is really that bad, to be honest, is it? So the only other tyre out of the Schwalbe range that I did ever look at getting was the Land Cruiser, just purely because I was using the Trike off-road so much. But could I find a supplier? Just can't find them anywhere. I mean, they're on Schwalbe's website, and they give you all the specs on them and things, but Can't find a supplier in the UK, at least. Can't find a supplier of the Land Cruiser tyre at all. So I can't even tell you whether they're any good or not. But I would kind of like to try one on the back at some point, I think. The front I'm not too bothered about. All the weight of my Trike is on the back. So another tyre that I had a look at this year from Schwalbe was their new E tyre, their new E Marathon, or Marathon E Tour, something like that. But having looked at it, I'm firmly convinced that it's for people with these super powerful e-bikes with something greater than a 250 watt motor, because even in their own literature it seemed like they were having difficulty selling it for any particular e-bike or for any particular purpose. They talk about stability is the only thing that I can note that would be different for an e-bike, but stability in a tyre would only be necessary surely if you're doing more than, I don't know, more than 30-40 kilometers an hour, I don't know. But if anybody knows anything more on this E tyre from Schwalbe, let me know, because I couldn't really see a top grade selling point on them, to be honest. It seemed to me like a bit of a gimmick. Unless, of course, as I say, you've got one of these more powerful e-bikes, in which case you might well be looking for a tyre and a wheel that would be suitable for higher speeds. So the only other tyre that I've really ever contemplated putting on the Trike was the solid tyre from Tanus. I know of one or two other Trike riders that have tried them out, and my father and his wife have them on their e-bikes. They've done over 1,000 miles on them now, and they rate them quite highly. My one concern with them, which I could easily overcome I suppose, was that looking on the Tanus website, the front tyre for a 20-inch wheel seems to be the only option they do is a 1.5-inch front tyre. The rear tyre is no problem with that. They do a 1.75, which is the same as what I've got on here now. But I really do like the grip, if you know what I mean, for going off-road. I don't know whether I want to shrink down to a 1.5-inch tyre on the front. But in addition to that, the only options for a 20-inch front tyre is with the equivalent of 80 psi as well. Now I don't know what people run their tyres at, but I'm currently running mine on a minimum of 90 psi, even when my tyres haven't been pumped for a day or two. But 80 to me just seems a little bit not quite there. Again, on the rear 28-inch, the 1.75 according to Tanus runs at an equivalent of 90 psi, which is not too bad, apart from in the rear. If I'm touring, I want more than 90 psi. With a lot of weight on that on the rear, I think that would not be sufficient. But I'm only guessing with those equivalent air pressures. I don't know, I haven't tried them. So if anybody out there has Tanus tyres and they've got them on a Trike or been using them for touring with a load, let me know. Some of their racing tyres have a higher PSI equivalent, but not the ones that I need, unfortunately. Oh, and of course the other thing with Tanus is the tyres are £60 each, and I would need 3 of them, of course. So that's no minor spend. But then if they're durable, it could be worth it still. Who knows? Perhaps you do. Let me know. So inner tubes then. Are there any special inner tubes out there anywhere? Or is it just a case of buying the old inner tube and throw them in? I wouldn't know, because I always buy Schwalbe again. not through choice, but because they seem to be the only ones who do a Presta valve 20-inch inner tube. And even then I have a devil of a job trying to source them in the UK. And I know that because I've just tried to buy some this week. But yeah, I really don't think there's that much in an inner tube, is there? Unless you're buying ones, of course, that have got slime in them. If you're looking for a slime inner tube, that would be a bit different. I did have them once before on a two-wheeler, but now I haven't looked at slime in a few years. They may well have improved. They were quite heavy when I bought them before, I remember that. Yeah, to be honest, apart from the Schwalbe and Continental brands, I don't actually know of anybody who makes inner tubes, but I'm sure there are some. But whether they're any better than one another, I don't know. At the end of the day, they're just a piece of rubber that goes inside the tyre, aren't they? So how much difference can there be in an inner tube? So what tyres do you ride on then, everyone? Let me know down in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what tyres you're using and why. Why do you choose those ones? What are the pros and cons? Anyway, I think that's about it for today, everyone. As I say, I look forward to reading your comments, as always. I'm going to just ride a little bit more for today and then call it a day and go home and do some editing. But I hope you're still enjoying these daily vlogs. If you are, please leave a like down below. It helps my channel no end. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? No, honestly, if you enjoy this sort of thing, please do think about subscribing. Again, that helps my channel no end. Right then, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. Ta-da.